Chapter 2281, My Classmate? Even though she was currently penniless and didn't have her identity card with her, Ding Ji had already traveled miles away from Jiao Zijian. More importantly, she had been able to do so all thanks to Jiao Nan. As such, she was extremely bold. I'm calling you to let you know that your dad isn't young anymore and needs someone by his side. You're sick, but I know that the doctors are skilled and I'm sure you'll be fine now that you've already paid to stay in the hospital. Your dad needs me much more than you do, so I've gone back. You can do as you please in the future. Your dad and I aren't going to care anymore. Ding Ji knew that Jiao Zijian was not one to give up so easily. Neither had she forgotten that threatening gaze Jiao Zijian had given her back in the hospital. Ding Ji had already been thinking about whether she should move out with Jiao Dongliang to start afresh in a new environment. It wasn't Zijian who was hiding from them. They were the ones hiding from Jiao Zijian. It was better not to have such an outstanding daughter. You went back? You were the one who sent me that text? Where did you go? Jiao Zijian's eyes widened and she toughened her stance. No, that couldn't be possible. Her mom had no money, and her identity card was still with her. How had her mom managed to return? Was her mom so determined that she had decided to return on foot? If her mom had the guts and ability to do that, she would immediately chop her head off for her mom to sit on. From now on, she would never dare to go against her mom's wishes ever again. Where to? Your mom has only ever had one home after getting married. I'm going back to Pingcheng. I'm already on my way back. I should be back before the end of the day. Don't worry. I'll take good care of myself along the way. I'll text you again when I arrive in Pingcheng. Oh right, my phone's running out of battery. I'm going to have to switch it off. After all, I still have to get in touch with your dad once I arrive in Pingcheng. Goodbye. After crying all night, Ding Ji's attitude toward Jiao Zijian had undergone a 180-degree change now that she no longer had to tolerate Jiao Zijian since she was heading back to her familiar Pingcheng. After explaining the situation to Jiao Zijian, Ding Ji decisively hung up and even switched off her phone in case Jiao Zijian annoyed her with endless phone calls. Having done all that, Ding Ji straightened her back proudly. Jiao Zijian was at a loss for words. She had always thought that she had had a firm hold over her mom, Ding Ji, but her mom had given her such a big surprise today. Thankfully, Jiao Zijian remembered that it cost money to buy a phone and no one would compensate her for it if she were to smash her phone. How? How had her mom returned to Pingcheng? Could it be Jiao Nan? Jiao Zijian felt dizzy from anger and her neck was steaming. She felt as though she couldn't even catch her breath. Ding Ji had felt the same way the previous night. Now, it was Jiao Zijian's turn. It was just that Jiao Zijian knew nothing about this situation. Jiao Nan, and Jiao Nan again. Why did Jiao Nan always appear in such moments to remind them of her existence? She had the urge to kill her right now. Was Jiao Nan even capable of doing something beneficial to her instead of ruining her plans all the time? Ding Ji had probably been sent away, and now she didn't even have a helper by her side. With the court date approaching, Jiao Zijian felt as though the chips were down. In the end, Jiao Zijian could not resist the urge to make a call to the Zai family. Oh, has she changed her phone number? The Zai family's auntie took a look at the display on the phone, realizing that it seemed different from Ding Ji's number. The problem was that no one usually called this landline. I don't think so. Miao Jing glanced at it. Ding Ji's number is from Pingcheng, but this is obviously a local one. It's not Ding Ji. But since it's a local number, why did they bother calling the landline instead of our cell phones? Should we answer it, then? The auntie glanced at Miao Jing. Miao Jing contemplated for a moment before replying. Answer it. Hadn't Ding Ji already been sent back to Pingcheng? As long as Ding Ji was willing to return to Pingcheng, she probably wouldn't be able to cause any more trouble for Nan Nan. All right. With Miao Jing's approval, the auntie quickly picked up the phone. Hello, this is the Zai family. Who are you looking for? Hello, I am. Xiao Zijin had initially wanted to introduce herself as Xiao Nan's sister, but she was clear that the Zai family knew about her relationship with Xiao Nan. Then, she remembered how Ding Ji had never been able to reach the Zai family after coming to the capital to take care of her, and also about how Xiao Dongliang had mentioned Xiao Nan returning to school after having given birth. With that, Xiao Zijin changed her mind. Hello, I'm Xiao Nan's classmate. I lost her mobile number and only remember her landline. Could you get Xiao Nan on the phone, please? I have something to tell her. The Zai family had no reason to prevent Xiao Nan from taking a call from her classmate, right? If they really did that, the Zai family would be terribly unreasonable. Because Xiao Zijin rarely called the Zai family, the auntie was not especially familiar with Xiao Zijin's voice. Even though she thought that it was strange for someone to know their landline but not Xiao Nan's phone number, she was afraid that the other party had something urgent, so she quickly called for Xiao Nan, who was at home that afternoon. My classmate. Initially, the auntie had only told her that she had a call, so Xiao Nan had gone downstairs. But the moment she heard that it was her classmate on the line, Xiao Nan thought that it was strange. A classmate? Having been in school for such a long time, she had never gotten close to anyone but Li Yan, who harbored ill intentions. So, how could a classmate have called her? If they were on such good terms, shouldn't they have called her on her mobile phone instead? Besides, Xiao Nan had never given out her landline or her own mobile phone number. Hello, who are you? Wow, you don't even recognize your classmate's voice. Xiao Zijin tried to suppress her sarcasm, but it still sounded weird. Chapter 2282, Taking as much as possible. It was great to be the Zai family's daughter-in-law. The family had hired a caretaker, and Xiao Nan could be lazy about even picking up a call. While she had been married to Chen Jun, the Chen family had said that it was better not to live too extravagantly. As such, even though they had hired a caretaker, she still had to help out around the house as the Chen family's daughter-in-law. There was no question that Xiao Nan didn't need to do that in the Zai family. From the caretaker's tone, Xiao Zijin could tell that Xiao Nan was treated like an empress in the Zai family. The Zai family's caretaker was nothing like the caretaker that the Chen family had hired, who treated her with no respect at all. Xiao Nan leaned back against the sofa. It's you. I guess you've found out that I sent her back to Pingcheng. Is that why you're calling to make trouble for me? Didn't Xiao Zijin's reason for forcing Ding Ji to stay in the capital have something to do with her? Now that Ding Ji was gone, Xiao Zijin lacked a helper. It would be a wonder if Xiao Zijin wasn't infuriated. Ding Ji was Xiao Zijin's best bet. Were you really the one who did this? Xiao Nan, don't you think that you've gone a little overboard with your kindness? What has Mom returning to Pingcheng got to do with you? That's between Mom and me. Why did you have to interfere in it? Xiao Nan, are you trying to get your revenge through Mom because she likes me more? If that was the case, all she could say was that Xiao Nan had better save her effort. No matter how badly she treated her mom and how well Xiao Nan treated her mom, Xiao Nan would never be a likable daughter in her mom's eyes. They were fated to be enemies in this lifetime. Since it was rare that she had any free time, Xiao Nan was willing to chat with Xiao Zijin. If that's what you think, you're wrong. I know how she feels about me, and I have no feelings toward her anymore. I only got involved in this matter for myself. If you convince her to stay in the capital, do you really think I can count on you to find a place for her to stay? I'll be the one paying for the accommodation in the end. Xiao Zijin, I know what you're up to. Sorry, but the lawsuit will go to court the day after tomorrow. I think that you won't get that sum of money from Wang Yang. You know about it. Xiao Zijin felt as though her fever that had just subsided the previous day had returned, and her head ached badly. Did Mom sell me out? She had only told her mom about this. Had her mom betrayed her in order to get Jiao Nan to help her return to Pingcheng? Something along those lines. If not for Ding Jiyi telling her dad and her dad telling her about it, she wouldn't have known that Jiao Zijin had gotten involved with Wang Yang. Jiao Zijin sighed. Jiao Nan, I'm really sick and I'm still in the hospital. I'd like to have a more formal talk with you regarding the Zhu family's inheritance. I can't deny that Wang Yang indeed offered me a good amount of money to persuade you, but I think that I won't be the only one who'll benefit from this. We should learn to be content with what we have. If you're greedy, you might end up getting nothing at all in the end. Anyway, you didn't do anything to earn or deserve it. It's better for you to stick to a more practical and safer option. Jiao Nan, I'm not scaring you. If you're willing to discuss the matter with Wang Yang, you'll still be able to get some money. But if you go to court, you might not even win the case. If you lose, you won't even get a single cent. You'd better consider your options carefully now that it's still possible to change your mind and accept Wang Yang's offer. Let's settle this amicably. Jiao Nan took a sip of water and comforted Miao Jing. Jiao Zijin wouldn't be difficult to deal with. Actually, I'm sure you should be able to guess the situation even if Wang Yang hasn't told you about it. Yes. It's true that I'm not 100% confident of winning this lawsuit. But I'm sure that my chances of winning are above 80%. Compared to Wang Yang, I should be more relaxed. Otherwise, why would Wang Yang have gotten his wife to befriend me after seeking you out? It seems like Wang Yang has something up his sleeve. What? He got his wife to seek you out. Jiao Zijin had always thought of herself as the only person Wang Yang had approached. The more people Wang Yang used, the lower her likelihood of succeeding. Her chances of succeeding hadn't been high to begin with, but Wang Yang had even increased the challenge for her. In that moment, Jiao Zijin's mood fell. Why was everyone, whether it was her family or outsiders, making her life so difficult? Jiao Nan, since you already know about it, I'll get straight to the point. Even though you have an 80% chance of winning, there's still a 1 in 5 chance that you'll lose. You're a mother to 3 children. Instead of going to court against Wang Yang, why don't you lead a more stable life and ask Wang Yang for a high price that will satisfy you and settle this matter out of court? Besides, Wang Yang has indeed promised me benefits. It'll be good for you if I have that sum of money from Wang Yang too, since I won't have to worry about money in the future. Once I have money, I'll never need to bother you in the future. As long as you agree to settle with Wang Yang, not only will you get that sum of money, but you'll even be able to get rid of me. Won't you be killing 2 birds with 1 stone? How was Jiao Nan supposed to respond to Jiao Zijin's confidence? Jiao Nan was at a loss for words. It was better for Jiao Nan to remain silent and let Jiao Zijin go on with her monologue. Jiao Nan, why aren't you saying anything? You should understand that my plan isn't bad at all. Once you agree to it, you'll be rid of this big trouble forever. I'm sure you'd rather have less money than have me bothering you in the future. You won't lose out agreeing to this. I swear I'll never make any more trouble for you in the future once I get this sum of money. With that sum of money, she wouldn't even need Jiao Nan as her younger sister. It was 5 million yuan. 5 million yuan. Perhaps, she could even save 2 million yuan for Feng Feng to marry a wife once she returned to Pingcheng and Feng Feng grew older. She would be a truly impressive mother if she was able to give her son 2 million yuan. Not only would her life get better, but she would even be able to leave some money to her son. This was the life that Jiao Zijin longed for. All she asked for was 5 million yuan. With this sum of money, she would never stir up any more trouble for Jiao Nan in the future. Even without talking about how much Wang Yang would give Jiao Nan, Jiao Zijin felt that this deal was already a win for Jiao Nan as long as she could get rid of her. Chapter 2283, How did you know? You're so enthusiastic about this, so I'm letting you say as much as you want. I'll just listen to what you have to say. Does that mean you've agreed? Xiao Zaijian's heart skipped a beat. If that was the case, she would contact Wang Yang right away and arrange for a meeting so that they could sign a contract in her presence. As long as Xiao Nan signed an agreement to give up the inheritance, Wang Yang's 5 million yuan would be hers. Xiao Nan shook her head. Since when did I agree? What do you mean? I already said that you can voice your opinions at any time. I have no idea what Wang Yang has offered you. If you have a sum in mind, I could help you bring it up to Wang Yang. Xiao Nan, how much do you want? Give me a specific number. Xiao Nan yawned, growing sleepy from talking to Xiao Zaijian. Xiao Zaijian, don't waste your effort. You said that you won't bother me once I agree to this matter. But haven't you realized that you haven't gotten the chance to bother me in the past 2 years even if you wanted to? Xiao Zaijian, do you really think that you're still able to take advantage of me like you did in the past? Where had Xiao Zaijian's confidence come from? How had this misunderstanding come about? Xiao Zaijian even had to pretend to be her classmate to speak to her on the phone. Did she really think that she would be able to meet her? In fact, Xiao Zaijian didn't even have her phone number. Xiao Zaijian was already in such a state, and yet, she was still so unaware. Xiao Nan was truly at a loss for words. Xiao Zaijian gritted her teeth. We can't discuss this over the phone. Why don't we meet up and have a chat face to face? Don't think that I'm the only one who'll benefit from this. You will too. Believe me. Wang Yang isn't one who'll give up easily. If you don't agree to this, you won't benefit either once this blows up. Why don't you listen to my advice? Once you lose this lawsuit, you won't even get a single cent. Will you only regret everything then? It'll be too late to regret then. If you refuse to talk to Wang Yang now, I'm sure he'll refuse to talk to you at that time too. My advice for you is to take as much as you can now. Xiao Nan smirked. You've been very clear and I understand everything you said, but my answer remains. No. If Wang Yang is so capable and can win the lawsuit without giving me a single cent, I'll have to take my hat off to him. Don't worry. If it really comes to that, I'll never beg Wang Yang for anything, and neither will I need your help to plead with Wang Yang on my behalf. Xiao Zaijian, I'm clearer about the kind of person Wang Yang is than you are. I'm guessing you still don't know how Chen Jun got to know me before you snatched him away, right? Perhaps, you can bring Wang Yang a message from me. He'd better not think that no one knows about the sins he committed in the past. I'm not a fool, and neither was Chief Zhu. There's no way he'll be able to cover up his sins forever. Because of that old grudge, she had no intention of ever making peace with Wang Yang in this lifetime. With that, Xiao Nan hung up the phone. Hearing the beeps on the other end of the call, Xiao Zaijian was baffled. She had always thought that Wang Yang and Xiao Nan hadn't known each other. But from Xiao Nan's tone earlier, it seemed as though the two of them had a past. Besides, they had been talking about Wang Yang and Xiao Nan, so why had Xiao Nan suddenly brought Chen Jun into the picture? What did Xiao Nan mean by her not understanding how Xiao Nan had gotten to know Chen Jun? That wouldn't do. She had to make a call to Wang Yang right away to clear the air. Wang Yang, it's me. What's up? Have you gotten in contact with Xiao Nan? Have you succeeded? Wang Yang's eyes lit up the moment he picked up Xiao Zaijian's call. The court date was looming and Wang Yang's mood was getting worse by the day. The chances of him winning this case were seriously too low. Wang Yang had already asked the lawyer. Putting aside his low chances of winning the case, the Zhu family's assets would have nothing to do with him if Xiao Nan were to win it. On the contrary, if he were to win the case, there was no way that Xiao Nan would leave with nothing either. In reality, splitting the assets equally between Wang Yang and Xiao Nan was already the best the lawyer could do. Even that was no mean feat either. Wang Yang wasn't even willing to give Xiao Nan half of the assets, let alone everything. This wasn't just about money. It's about the resources and connections that the Zhu family had left behind. The clearer he was about his disadvantage, the more frustrated Wang Yang was. He couldn't wait for either Qiao Zijin or his wife, Li Yan, to successfully convince Qiao Nan to forego the lawsuit. At the very most, he would compensate Qiao Nan with more money. But all of the Zhu family's resources and connections would be his and his alone. Zai Sheng already had the Zai family, and what Zai Yaowai left to him was more than enough for an entire lifetime. Zai Sheng would truly be too unreasonable if he was greedy enough to try to take over the Zhu family's assets as well. Wang Yang, let me ask you something. You'd better answer me truthfully. If you dare to lie to me, you can resolve your problem with Jiaonan yourself. Anyway, you've already asked your wife to help you out too. Perhaps, your wife's even better than me and can convince Jiaonan to agree. Since my relationship with Jiaonan is so bad, there's no need to waste any more time. At the mention of Li Yan working on convincing Jiaonan, Qiao Zijin was full of rage. Since Wang Yang had already approached her, how could Wang Yang get his wife to work on the same matter? He was even asking for her help. He had gone out of line. If he provoked her, she wasn't going to help him out for mere 5 million yuan. She had truly been hurt because of Wang Yang's lies. Wang Yang had better increase his compensation. Otherwise, she wasn't going to help him out anymore. Qiao Zijin was rather confident about that. If Jiaonan refused to even listen to her, how could she possibly listen to Wang Yang's wife? Even though she had no idea what Wang Yang and his wife were up to, she knew that Jiaonan hated being lied to. She was sure that Wang Yang's wife had never come clean to Jiaonan about her true identity or her relationship with Wang Yang. Even though Wang Yang's wife had simply kept mum about it, it was no different from a lie in Jiaonan's eyes. With that in mind, she was sure that Wang Yang's wife would never succeed. If she did, she would chop off her own head for Wang Yang's wife. Wang Yang gripped tightly onto his mobile phone. How did you know? How had Qiao Zijin found out about his wife getting close to Jiaonan? It's not important how I found out. You should ask who told me about it. Wang Yang, do you really think Jiaonan is a fool? Do you think she's as easily taken in as a 3-year-old toddler? Chapter 2284, Playing Peace. Wang Yang, it's best not to be so gullible. What a joke. I know about what you and your wife are up to, and so does Jiaonan. I'm sure you understand that your wife stands an extremely low chance of succeeding now. To be honest, I have another question to ask you. If you don't answer it truthfully, I won't be able to find an appropriate way to target Jiaonan. Then, you'll have to discuss the matter with Jiaonan yourself. Upon hearing that Jiaonan had found out that Li Yan was his wife, and Qiao Zijin had probably found out about it from Jiaonan, Wang Yang had lost all feelings for Li Yan. He knew that it was impossible for her to succeed now that her identity had been exposed. Tell me. What do you want to know? What's your relationship with Chen Jun? And Jiaonan even said that she knows all about your sins. What did you do to provoke Jiaonan behind my back? You already knew how hard it would be to succeed in this matter, yet you still provoked Jiaonan? You're really making this difficult for me. Wang Yang, do you really want to settle the matter with Jiaonan and get her to give up the inheritance? The mention of this only intensified Qiao Zijin's hatred toward Wang Yang. This matter had already been complicated enough, but Wang Yang had even stirred up even more trouble behind her back. While she was working hard, Wang Yang was dragging her down on the other hand. If this continued, she would have no choice but to give up even though she desperately wanted the 5 million yuan. No wonder people often said that a terrible teammate was worse than a tough rival. Wang Yang had dared to provoke Jiaonan when he needed a favor from her. He was truly as stupid as a pig. Did Wang Yang think that this matter was not complicated enough and wanted to complicate it even further? Wang Yang should have shown his true nature earlier so that she wouldn't have had to waste her energy and efforts. She had even offended her own mother for the sake of 5 million yuan. Ding Ji had gotten in contact with Jiaonan behind her back to return to Pingcheng. Qiao Zijin knew that Ding Jiyi might not even want to acknowledge her the next time she met her. She had already sacrificed too much for this matter. But Wang Yang had done such a foolish thing. Qiao Zijin had to resist the urge to kill Wang Yang right then and there. What did you say? Who? Wang Yang's hand trembled. He had never expected to hear Chen Jun's name from Qiao Zijin's mouth. He had reduced his contact with Chen Jun. In fact, it had been almost 20 years since he had collaborated with Chen Jun. Both Wang Yang and Chen Jun had always maintained a tacit understanding on that matter, never mentioning it to anyone. Chen Jun dared not mention it because he knew he was the one at fault who had hurt Jiao Nan. He was afraid that he would never have the courage to face Jiao Nan if he were to mention it. On the other hand, Wang Yang dared not mention it entirely because of Zhu Qinqi. If someone were to overhear them talking about this matter and word got to Zhu Qinqi, all his efforts in getting Zhu Qinqi to abandon Jiao Nan would have been in vain. In order to ensure the fruits of his labor, there was no need to mention that matter at all. They simply talked about it in passing as that incident. Almost 20 years had passed, and if not for Qiao Zijin bringing it up all of a sudden, Wang Yang would almost have forgotten about how he had arranged for Chen Jun's relationship with Jiao Nan. As for how Chen Jun had gotten involved with Qiao Zijin and had hurt Jiao Nan, that had been beyond his control. But he couldn't deny that without his arrangements, Jiao Nan would never have met Chen Jun. In that case, Jiao Nan would never have suffered in that way afterward. Hearing Qiao Zijin mentioning Chen Jun out of the blue and talking about the sins he had committed, that incident naturally came to Wang Yang's mind and his face paled. Even though Wang Yang was not in front of Qiao Zijin, she was sure that Jiao Nan had not spouted nonsense based on how Wang Yang's tone had undergone a drastic change. So, it turned out that there was indeed something that she didn't know about. And it had something to do with her ex-husband. Chen Jun, be honest with me. Otherwise, I won't be able to help you. Jiao Nan's attitude has always been tough. If you don't cooperate with me, you'd better just wait for the court case to begin. I won't know what's between you and Chen Jun if you don't tell me about it. But Jiao Nan's not as easily tricked as me. She seems to know something. If you don't tell me about it, I won't be able to find the right way of dealing with Jiao Nan. What frustrated Qiao Zijin the most was that this matter was obviously between Jiao Nan and Wang Yang. Why had they suddenly brought Chen Jun into the matter? Qiao Zijin felt that she would probably be unbearably miserable once she learned of the truth. Are you sure that Jiao Nan said all these? Wang Yang wondered if Chen Jun had told Qiao Zijin something, so she was using this against him now. Wang Yang felt that there was no way he wouldn't be able to defeat Qiao Zijin. If Qiao Zijin succeeded in tricking him, it would truly be a huge joke. Then, he would be too embarrassed to face anyone in the future, especially Chen Jun. You don't believe me? I'm hanging up in that case. Maybe Jiao Nan will personally ask you about it in court. I've known Chen Jun for 20 years, and I was even his wife for over a decade. How did I not know that you knew Chen Jun? Have you ever been to the Chen family's house? Or did Chen Jun go over to your house? Had Chen Jun done so much behind her back? Did Chen Jun really have absolutely no trust in his wife? Why had he hidden everything from her? Qiao Zijin was furious. If Chen Jun and Jiao Nan had gotten together on purpose, she had reason to believe that Chen Jun had never been sincere to her for even a moment. Wang Yang took a deep breath. Listen to me. That doesn't matter anymore. All you need to know is that I'll give you 5 million yuan as long as you manage to convince Jiao Nan. Besides, Chen Jun is your ex-husband. Don't you think it's ridiculous that you're asking me about his affairs? I'm sorry, but I won't tell you anything. Whether Qiao Zijin was lying to him, Wang Yang was never going to admit to anything. If he did, it would be impossible for him to reach a settlement with Jiao Nan out of court. In fact, it might even complicate matters even further. He had only used Chen Jun as a playing piece so that he could inherit all of the Zhu family's assets. Chapter 2285, Don't Scare Yourself. Who would have known that every dog would have its day? The playing piece that had originally been meant to help him had become his obstacle now. No matter how much Qiao Zijin loved money, she was still a woman. Knowing that there was something more to Chen Jun, Qiao Zijin changed her stance right away. Is that so? You don't have anything to tell me? Then, it seems like there's no way I can help you with this matter either. Qiao Nan has a fiery temper and it's not easy to convince her in the first place. Now, you're even doing this? Fine. I don't want the 5 million yuan anymore. You can wait to go to court with Qiao Nan. Don't think that I'm scaring you. The cost of living in the capital is really too high. Since I can't help you and get your money, I'm going to buy a bus ticket and return to Pingcheng tomorrow. Qiao Zijin was truly infuriated this time. She could no longer stand how Wang Yang had done such dirty tricks behind her back. Now, not only had she spent unnecessary money with nothing to gain, but she had even completely offended her mother, Ding Ji. It seemed better not to collaborate with such an uncooperative partner like Wang Yang. Qiao Zijin was extremely selfish and hoped that everyone was worse off than she was. She was sure that Wang Yang would never have anything to do with the Zhu family's assets since she couldn't get her 5 million yuan either. In comparison, Wang Yang would lose several times of what she had lost. Although it pained her, Wang Yang's loss would probably be much more painful. Qiao Zijin was at ease knowing that Wang Yang would be more miserable than her. I really need the 5 million yuan. With it, I'll be able to live a comfortable life. But don't forget that I'm the Qiao family's daughter. As long as Qiao Nan's willing to support my parents, I'll definitely benefit from it. If I don't get the 5 million yuan, I'll simply return to my parents and ride on their laurels. I'm leaving tomorrow. When that time comes, even 50 million won't be enough to keep me here. Once the court passes a judgment, it'll be too late for anyone to try to convince Qiao Nan. You'll have to lodge an appeal to freeze those assets. I'm telling you that it won't work. Qiao Zijin was no fool. In order to earn the 5 million yuan, Qiao Zijin had done her homework and analyzed Qiao Nan's and Wang Yang's chances of winning while she had still been in Pingcheng. Yes, after you freeze those assets, Qiao Nan and Zai Sheng won't be able to touch them. But you won't either. I'm sorry, but the Wang family isn't in as high a position as the Zai family. In fact, Zai Sheng's miles ahead of you. The Zhu family's assets are just small change to Zai Sheng, but they're like your entire life. Even if the Zhu family's assets are frozen, Zai Sheng will continue to live a comfortable life. You, on the other, won't. I'm sure you know deep down in your heart whether I'm making empty threats. All right. I'm not going to waste any more money talking to you. You'd better take good care of yourself. I'm going to book myself a ticket back to Pingcheng now. Everyone had their own taboos, and for Qiao Zijin, it was Chen Jun and Chen Feng. Unfortunately, Wang Yang had brought both of them into the conversation. Chen Feng was Chen Jun's son. If Chen Jun had really offended Qiao Nan, there was no way Zai Sheng would let Chen Jun off since he was Qiao Nan's husband. Once Chen Jun was down on luck, would Chen Feng still be able to enjoy a good life as his son? She had to find out what had taken place in the past that had angered Qiao Nan so badly. And how was Chen Jun involved in it? Only then would she be able to gauge how badly Zai Sheng would deal with Chen Jun. Initially, Qiao Zijin had been intending on lessening Chen Feng's burden with the 5 million yuan. In fact, she was even planning on leaving him some money after she had spent enough on herself. That way, she would have fulfilled her duties as a mother. Who would have expected Qiao Nan to bring up such an old grudge out of the blue? Confusing her? If there was really a problem, not only would she have to return to Pingcheng, but she would even have to consider taking Chen Feng from Chen Jun. Otherwise, Chen Feng might very well be implicated if Zai Sheng decided to take revenge on Chen Jun in the future. Perhaps, she could look for Chen Jun for him to explain the matter to her. She still had time to arrange everything for Chen Feng before Zai Sheng did anything. Otherwise, if Zai Sheng were to catch Chen Jun off guard, the entire Chen family might be ruined in Zai Sheng's hands. When it came to Chen Feng's interests, Qiao Zijin had no more time to worry about the 5 million yuan. Without waiting for Wang Yang to respond, Qiao Zijin immediately hung up. She had intended on calling Chen Jun. Since this matter involved Chen Jun, and Wang Yang refused to tell her anything, Chen Jun had better spill the beans. Unfortunately, Chen Jun had changed his phone number after moving away, and he had never given his new number to Qiao Zijin. As such, there was no way of contacting Chen Jun even if she wanted to. In that moment, Qiao Zijin had no idea what she could do apart from booking herself a ticket back to Pingcheng. After Qiao Zijin had hung up on him, Wang Yang was more in a panic than being angry. If it was really just Qiao Zijin lying to him, there was no need for Wang Yang to worry. But what if Qiao Zijin was telling the truth? That would be a huge problem. In order to get the Zhu family's assets, Wang Yang had done too many things and had committed too many crimes. Even though Qiao Zijin had only mentioned Chen Jun, Wang Yang couldn't help but worry about how much Qiao Nan actually knew. Besides, how had Qiao Nan found out about it? If Qiao Nan knew about it, did Zai Sheng know about it too? Thinking about Zhu Chenqi's abnormal behavior as well as his will, Wang Yang was flustered. Just knowing that Qiao Nan and Zai Sheng knew about all these was enough to scare Wang Yang. Wang Yang was scared out of his wits by the possibility that Zhu Chenqi had already known about this too, even though he was now dead. "Dear, why do you look so pale? Are you feeling unwell? Are you too anxious? We still have a few days before the court date. I think Qiao Zijin should know Qiao Nan's weaknesses and should have a way of dealing with her. We won't necessarily lose this lawsuit. Don't worry or think too much about it. Don't scare yourself." Li Yian knew that it was practically impossible for her to get that sum of money given Qiao Nan's attitude and response toward her. Chapter 2286, Premonition. Since it was already so difficult, Li Yian didn't want to embarrass herself any further. She only wished that Qiao Zijin would be successful in helping Wang Yang solve this huge problem. Then, her life would definitely improve. Even without 5 million yuan, her family's lives wouldn't be too bad with her around. With a brother-in-law like Wang Yang, Li Yian felt that it wouldn't be difficult for her brother to get a wife even if he didn't have a house or a car. As such, she could afford to relax and not put so much pressure on herself. Having come to that conclusion, Li Yian put more of her hope in Qiao Zijin. She had already spent so much time and effort, but she had never even gotten a single cent out of Qiao Nan, let alone forged a close relationship with her. Li Yian had no way of dealing with someone as nonchalant as Qiao Nan. After all, Li Yian had no experience with dealing with someone like Qiao Nan in all her years of life. As a result, Li Yian could only bow her head and admit defeat. I guess something must have gone wrong. Wang Yang was in a frenzy too, and he wanted someone to talk to. To be honest, Wang Yang had still been rather pleased with his wife, Li Yian, over the years. At this moment, Li Yian was the only choice he had. Didn't I mention to you that that old man wanted to acknowledge Qiao Nan as his goddaughter all those years back? I was afraid that Qiao Nan would snatch the Zhu family's things from me, so I deliberately forced Qiao Nan into a situation so that that old man would hate her. That's why Zhu Chenqi gave up the idea of taking in Qiao Nan as his goddaughter. She had already known that Zhu Chenqi had such an intention, but she had not known the reason as to why Zhu Chenqi hadn't done so in the end. So, what did you do that made Zhu Chenqi disappointed in Qiao Nan? In the past, Li Yian might have believed that Wang Yang was able to defeat Zhu Chenqi. But now, Li Yian had lost that confidence. If Zhu Chenqi had really been disappointed in Qiao Nan, they wouldn't be in such a situation today. Dear, I'm not trying to put you down. I'm just analyzing this objectively. Look how Zhu Chenqi specially drafted this will. Do you think that Zhu Chenqi already knew about this long ago? It was just that Zhu Chenqi had always pretended to be disappointed in Qiaonan in front of Wang Yang to trick him so that Wang Yang would never try to do anything to hurt Qiaonan again. Wang Yang might not have realized that earlier, but with Li Yan's reminder, he seemed to have come to a realization. He slammed the table in anger. That must be. I can't believe I was fooled by that old fogey for so many years. That idiot treated me like a fool. He had always thought that he had succeeded. Who would have known that that old fogey had never taken his bait? Perhaps, every time he rejoiced over his successes, that old fogey had been looking on at him as if looking at a clown. At the thought of this possibility, Wang Yang had the urge to dig Zhu Chenqi's ashes up to torture him. Unfortunately, Zhu Chenqi had been cremated. Otherwise, Wang Yang would truly have done that to Zhu Chenqi's corpse. He couldn't understand how someone as hateful as Zhu Chenqi could exist. Yes, he was a Wang. He wasn't truly part of the Zhu family. But compared to Qiaonan, he had the Zhu family's blood flowing within him, at the very least. What did Qiaonan have? Nothing at all. If Zhu Chenqi cared so much about how he was a Wang instead of a Zhu, he could change his surname at any time. Now that the state had revised its laws and allowed for couples to have another child, he could always have another child with Li Yan and let the child have the Zhu surname. Then, the Zhu family could always hand their assets over to that child since that child would be part of the Zhu family. Since there was such a way out of this whole situation, why hadn't Zhu Chenqi discussed it with them? Why had he insisted on handing all of the Zhu family's assets over to an outsider like Qiaonan? Don't get upset, Li Yan was stunned too. If their suspicions were true, Li Yan could finally understand why Zhu Chenqi had never acted abnormally even up until his death when both she and Wang Yang had kept a close eye on him, and yet, such a will had appeared after his death. It was because Zhu Chenqi had already prepared everything in advance. Dear, what shall we do now? Why are you suddenly bringing this up now? Do you think Qiaonan already knows about it? What shall we do next? Is it possible for us to settle this amicably with Qiaonan? Wang Yang had not given her the details, so Li Yan had no idea of the extent of what Wang Yang had done. Qiaonan had already been difficult to convince as it was. Perhaps, something had really gone wrong. That was why Qiao Zijin had given up the 5 million yuan. Qiao Zijin said that Qiaonan told her about this. But I wonder if Chen Jun let anything slip in front of Qiao Zijin in the past that aroused her suspicion. Perhaps, she's using it to trick me today. Qiaonan probably doesn't know. So many years had passed since that incident. Even if they were to conduct an investigation now, they probably wouldn't be able to find any evidence anyway. As such, Wang Yang didn't think that Qiaonan would know that he had arranged for Chen Jun to meet her at that time. Li Yan had a premonition. Before this, she had already known about the enmity between Chen Jun and the Qiao sisters. Now that Chen Jun had been brought into the picture, Li Yan finally understood how serious the matter was. Dear, don't tell me that you were the one who arranged for Chen Jun to chase Qiaonan? Was that why Chen Jun had gotten together with Qiaonan? She had only known that Wang Yang had used some underhanded means to make Zhu Chenqi disappointed in Qiaonan, but Wang Yang had never mentioned what he had done in detail, and neither had Li Yan asked about it. Now, Li Yan regretted not having asked about it earlier. Wang Yang didn't answer Li Yan and it wasn't hard for Li Yan to guess the truth. After all, it was all as clear as day now. Did you really do that? Does Qiaonan know about it? If she does, it won't matter whether Qiao Zijin or I approach Qiaonan. Even if we get her biological parents here, Qiaonan will never listen to them and call off the lawsuit. Li Yan was a woman too, so she could imagine just how infuriated Qiaonan would be upon learning about the truth. Qiaonan had never been treated well in the Qiao family in the first place. Chapter 2287, I hope her brain stops working. She had finally found a good partner with much difficulty, but her sister had snatched him away from her. What's more, no one in the family had been on her side. Probably no other woman in the world would ever be able to accept such a situation. In fact, they would probably never forget about it for their entire lives. Not only was this terribly painful, but it was also insulting. If Jiao Nan knew that someone had been behind all the suffering she had faced and that she would never have met Chen Jun or gotten hurt if not for Wang Yang, there was no way she would be willing to settle this matter amicably with Wang Yang. In fact, if she were in Jiao Nan's place and knew that Wang Yang was the instigator behind everything, she would even rope the Zai family in to get revenge for her. There was no way she would allow someone to bully her like that. They were clearly enemies. Li Yan was helpless. Dear, how could you think of such an idea? So, do you think that Jiao Zijin is lying to you or that Jiao Nan already knows about this? If Jiao Nan already knows the truth, it'll be impossible for us to settle this matter even if we get the emperor over. Jiao Nan probably hates us. Who wouldn't? Wang Yang grabbed at his own hair, never having expected the matter to have gotten so complicated. Neither had he expected Zhu Jinqi to have come up with such a will even after they had kept such a close eye on him. I'm not sure. Jiao Nan has never contacted me, so I'm not too sure about the situation either. So, what should we do now? Whether or not Jiao Zijin was lying to them, Wang Yang couldn't afford to admit to what he had done. But if Jiao Zijin was telling the truth, they could only wait and go through the lawsuit against Jiao Nan. Does the lawyer have any other ideas on how to resolve this matter? If we can't take back everything, why don't we settle for half? This seemed like the best solution at the moment. Getting back half of the Zhu family's assets already seemed like a blessing. That'll be difficult. Wang Yang couldn't resist lighting a cigarette. I asked the lawyer and he said that it'll still depend on how good our relationship is for us to get back even half of the Zhu family's assets. It'll depend on whether Jiao Nan is willing to give them to us. If they were to settle the case out of court, it would be Wang Yang's decision over how much Jiao Nan got. In fact, if Jiao Nan hadn't gotten married to Zai Sheng, it would have been easy for Wang Yang to deal with Jiao Nan with his temper. He would have been able to settle the matter by hiring some people to scare her. But now that Jiao Nan was the Zai family's daughter-in-law, she had an even higher status than Wang Yang. That also meant that he couldn't afford to deal with her in that way. He couldn't threaten Jiao Nan, and he would even have to see if Jiao Nan was willing to split half of the assets with him. In the face of such a situation, Wang Yang was immensely resentful. Thinking about how Zhu Jinqi was the one who had brought so much trouble upon him, Wang Yang had the urge to disown Zhu Jinqi as his uncle. Anyway, it seemed to make no difference whether Zhu Jinqi was his uncle anymore. He wasn't going to get a single cent from the Zhu family either way. Li Yan's expression soured. Is there really no other way? Shall we change a lawyer now? Their current lawyer was incompetent. If they spent more money, they would surely find a more competent one. If they couldn't get their hands on the Zhu family's assets, her life in the Wang family was sure to be torturous. That won't make any difference. Wang Yang took a deep puff of his cigarette. The Zai family's wealthier than us. If it's easy for us to change a lawyer, think about how easy it'll be for the Zai family. Besides, I've already asked about it. No matter whom he hired, the Zhu family's assets would eventually go to Jiao Nan as long as they proceeded with the lawsuit instead of settling out of court. There were some things that Wang Yang refused to mention, but that didn't mean that he knew nothing about them. He had wanted to apply to the court to freeze all of the Zhu family's assets so that Jiao Nan wouldn't be able to use them. The problem was that the court order dealt only with money. It had no control over the Zhu family's connections. Besides, the Zai family wasn't in need of any money, and Zai Sheng had much wider connections than him. Even if he were to have all of the Zhu family's connections in his grasp, Zai Sheng wouldn't be at a great loss. Jiao Nan wouldn't be able to spend the Zhu family's money if it was held up, but neither would he. To be honest, Wang Yang was in a much worse state than Jiao Nan and Zai Sheng. In this matter, Wang Yang was the one who would lose the most. Seeing Wang Yang's sunken-in face, Li Yan was anxious, and yet, she didn't know what to do. Shall we test Jiaonan to see how she responds? There was no use of them guessing the situation here. What if they were only scaring themselves? The best result would be that Jiao Zijin was indeed lying to them. But the thought of the worst-case scenario scared Li Yan so much that she couldn't even speak. Let me think about it. Wang Yang was hesitant too. If he died early, he could be reincarnated early too. But he was afraid of the truth. He was fearful that he wouldn't be able to handle it. If Wang Yang lost this lawsuit, it wouldn't just be a lawsuit that he would lose. It was his entire life. From a young age, Wang Yang had always strived to perform well in front of the Zhu family and suppress Zhu Baoqiu so that old master Zhu and Zhu Qinqi would know that he was better than Zhu Baoqiu. Instead of handing the Zhu family's assets over to Zhu Baoqiu for him to squander them away, it was better to hand it over to him. He would be able to improve the Zhu family's standing and increase their wealth. Over the past decades, he had worked under Zhu Qinqi in vain. Everything had gone to an outsider in the end. To the arrogant Wang Yang, it was an unacceptable situation. Wait a minute. Dear, didn't you say that Jiao Zijin's leaving the capital and that she threatened to get a bus ticket? Is that true? Li Yan was a woman too, and knowing about Jiao Nan's relationship with Jiao Zijin, she truly felt that Jiao Zijin had a lower chance of succeeding as compared to her. The problem was that Li Yan hadn't been able to befriend Jiao Nan or visit the Zai family up until today. Since she hadn't been able to complete her mission, Li Yan naturally wished that someone else could help Wang Yang out. What if Jiao Nan's brain really stopped working and she agreed to Jiao Zijin's request? If she allowed Jiao Zijin to leave, she would be the only one who would be able to work on Jiao Nan. It was too burdensome to be responsible for getting back the Zhu family's assets alone. Because of the will, her father-in-law had already been displeased with her. Chapter 2288, Biggest Worry. If they placed all of their hopes on her alone, her father-in-law might very well force her to divorce Wang Yang if she failed this time. Even if Wang Yang couldn't get the Zhu family's assets, he still had a good background. But if she were to get a divorce from Wang Yang, there was no way she would find such a good husband again. There was no way she could afford to get divorced. No, she wasn't going to carry such a heavy burden alone. Whether it was 5 million or 6 million, that sum of money no longer mattered to Li Yan. She could only hope that Jiao Zijin wouldn't give up so easily. She wouldn't fight with Jiao Zijin over that sum of money. Now, Li Yan really hoped that Jiao Zijin was capable enough to settle the matter once and for all. As long as she remained Wang Yang's wife, she would always be able to extend a helping hand to her family. Let me ask about it. Wang Yang had heard about how greedy Jiao Zijin was. As such, Wang Yang didn't really believe that Jiao Zijin would really return to Pingcheng. Jiao Zijin had probably never even seen such a huge sum of money in her entire life. It was true that the Chen family was rich, but there was no way they would have entrusted Jiao Zijin with their money. If Jiao Zijin missed out on this chance, she could dream on about ever owning 5 million yuan. It wasn't just Jiao Zijin. No one would be able to refuse 5 million yuan. If Jiao Zijin was lying to him, it would be because she wanted to make use of Chen Jun to raise her price beyond 5 million yuan. It wasn't that Wang Yang didn't believe whatever Jiao Zijin had said about having Jiao Nan as her sister, being able to ride on her parents' laurels, and benefiting from Jiao Nan even if Jiao Nan didn't care about her. He knew that that was indeed possible. But given Jiao Nan's attitude toward the Jiao family in the past 2 years, Wang Yang was sure that Jiao Zijin would never be satisfied with just that. Spending someone else's money was never as pleasing as spending one's own money. There was no way Jiao Zijin would give up on this sum of money so easily. Jiao Zijin had probably spent a tidy sum coming to the capital because of this matter. If she were to give up now, she would have wasted her money. Hurry and get to the bottom of it. Li Yan was truly worried that Jiao Zijin would leave. Now, Jiao Zijin was the only one who could get her out of this mess. Wang Yang, keep your eye on Jiao Zijin. I'll get in touch with Jiaonan and invite her out for a meal. She would try to get the details out of Jiaonan. Qiao Zijin said that Jiaonan already knows about our relationship. This was the other problem that troubled Wang Yang. Try inviting her out to see if it's true. Li Yin's face paled. She had never expected to receive so many pieces of bad news at once. Thinking about how Jiaonan already knew that she was Wang Yang's wife, Li Yin's hand trembled furiously as she picked up her phone to call Jiaonan. Hello, Jiaonan? It's me. Are you free to go out shopping or to have a meal? Whether or not Jiaonan knew about the truth, she would have to beg Jiaonan to have mercy on her and persuade her to have a discussion about the Zhu family's inheritance. Jiaonan had to resist the urge to laugh. First, it had been Qiao Zijin. Now, even Li Yin was calling her. Were they trying to tattle on each other? Are you sure you're in the mood to go shopping or have a meal? Don't tell me that Qiao Zijin hasn't gotten in touch with you and conveyed my message to you guys. There was no way Qiao Zijin could have sat still with such a huge chink in her armor. Jiaonan knew that Qiao Zijin was not as carefree as she appeared to be when it came to Chen Jun. No matter what, Chen Jun had been Qiao Zijin's husband, the only person Qiao Zijin had ever married, as well as Qiao Zijin's first man. After marriage, Chen Jun had never truly loved Qiao Zijin and had even started affairs outside. It was only natural for Qiao Zijin to be hurt. Knowing that Wang Yang had been behind Chen Jun's appearance in her life, Qiao Zijin, who had been hurt, had moments of anger too. Money was obviously nice to have. Unfortunately, the price that Wang Yang had offered was not high enough, and it was insufficient to quench the rage in her. Li Yin felt a chill run down her spine. Who's Qiao Zijin? Jiaonan. Why don't I understand what you're saying? Li Yin asked as she turned to Wang Yang, who was beside her. The situation had gotten tricky. It seemed like Qiao Zijin hadn't been lying to them, after all. The moment Wang Yang heard Li Yin's words, he had an even greater reaction than Jiaonan. Wang Yang's eyebrows furrowed into a frown, and his temples throbbed as his heart skipped a beat. Had his greatest fears come true? Jiaonan leaned back against the sofa. What's the matter? Isn't Wang Yang beside you? I was rather surprised to find out that you're Wang Yang's wife. It seems like you're living quite comfortably after getting married to him. As schoolmates, I have to congratulate you on that. Oh right, do you have anything else? After all, she didn't have much to talk about with Li Yin. Li Yin bit on her lip, refusing to admit to it. Jiaonan, why don't I understand a thing you're saying? Who's Qiao Zijin? I don't know anyone named Qiao Zijin. As for Wang Yang, Li Yin intelligently chose not to bring it up. She had no other choice. Jiaonan had her ways of checking up on her, and the name of her spouse was, in fact, Wang Yang. Jiaonan picked at her eyebrow. All right. I can't do anything if you insist on not knowing Qiao Zijin. Forget about going out together. I've been embroiled in a lawsuit lately and it's been quite tiring. If you really want to go out, we can find a chance after this lawsuit ends. Since Li Yin was going to put on a pretense, Jiaonan couldn't even be bothered to waste her breath on Li Yin. Just like how Li Yin refused to admit to her relationship with Wang Yang, Jiaonan refused to pay any attention to Li Yin, saying that she would get in touch after the lawsuit. Of course, there was nothing Li Yin could do about that. Can't we meet up any sooner? Why would she bother meeting up with Jiaonan after the lawsuit? No, I'm busy with the lawsuit. Li Yin took a deep breath. Shouldn't you have hired lawyers to fight that lawsuit? Besides, you'll have to eat no matter how busy you are. How about just meeting up for a meal? Chapter 2289, Let Dad Carry You. I haven't seen you in a while and I miss you. I have lots of things I want to tell you. Jiaonan, let's meet up. Jiaonan switched her phone over to the other hand. I really can't. Besides fighting the lawsuit, my 3 children are still young and I can't leave them alone. Let's meet up when we get the chance in the future. I'm sorry. It's time for me to feed my children. I have to go make their milk. Let's catch up another time." With that, Xiao Nan immediately hung up. She hadn't been lying to Li Yan since it was really time for the triplets to have their milk. However, Xiao Nan wasn't the only one who could make their milk for them. Xiao Nan took a bottle over from the auntie and fed her daughter, San Bao, while carrying her in her arms. "Drink this well and grow up quickly." San Bao had no idea what her mom was telling her, and she simply leaned into her mom's soft and tender embrace. She clung onto her milk bottle with her 2 chubby hands as though she was afraid someone would snatch it from her. Then, she gulped down her milk, finishing the entire bottle in no time at all, causing her stomach to swell. As San Bao's elder brothers, De Bao and Er Bao were no slower than her, and all the bellies of all 3 children were now swollen. As they lay down, their chubby arms and legs made them look no different from overturned frogs. It was a funny sight. The triplets, who had already learned to flip and sit, slept less than before. Now, they no longer grew as sleepy after their meals and required the adults to play with them. If anyone tried to coax them to sleep, the 3 children would frown as though they were on the verge of tears without fail. "Our triplets are getting more energetic by the day. I'm still able to keep them company now, but I wonder if I'll be able to keep up with them once they learn to walk and run." Miaojing felt tired, yet joyful, having successfully coaxed her 3 little ancestors to sleep. The 3 children were getting stronger every day, and that meant that Miaojing's energy was being drained more quickly every day too. She had only played with the children for a short while, but Miaojing felt as though she couldn't even stand up anymore. Thinking about how the triplets would be running about in less than a year's time, Miaojing was at a loss. It was impossible not to admit that she had grown old. If Nan Nan had gotten married to Zai Sheng a few years earlier, she would probably have been able to take care of the children for a few more years. As their mother, Nan Nan would have it tough in the future. "Oh right, Nan Nan. Your lawsuit against Wang Yang is beginning soon. When is Zai Sheng coming back?" They had already come to an agreement that Zai Sheng would take care of Xiao Nan's lawsuit against Wang Yang since she wouldn't be able to handle it given how busy she was with school and taking care of the 3 children. Ever since Xiao Nan had given birth to the 3 children, Miaojing had instructed the auntie to prepare delicious and nutritious food for Xiao Nan every day so as to fatten Xiao Nan up just like the triplets. It was easy to fatten the triplets up, but Miaojing hadn't seen Xiao Nan gain any weight even after such a long time. In fact, after childbirth, Xiao Nan's stomach seemed to be getting even firmer. It hadn't even been half a year since the triplets were born, but Xiao Nan had already returned to her pre-pregnancy figure. It should be beginning in a few days' time. Zai Sheng hadn't been in contact with Xiao Nan lately. As such, Xiao Nan could only give Miaojing a vague reply. Even though Xiao Nan was indifferent, Miaojing wasn't. "What do you mean it'll be starting soon? The court date is in 2 days' time. We agreed that he would handle this matter." "That won't do. I'll call him and get him to come home immediately." Zai Sheng, who had been in the midst of unlocking the door, stopped in his tracks. "Who are you going to call and make him come back immediately? Were they talking about him?" "Brother Zai, you're back." Xiao Nan was pleasantly surprised. He had returned extremely quickly this time. "San Bao, look! Your dad's back. Come here. Let dad carry you." Compared to his sons, Zai Sheng was closer to his daughter. As such, Xiao Nan handed San Bao over to Zai Sheng, while she took De Bao into her arms. San Bao's perfectly round eyes blinked while staring at Zai Sheng. She seemed to be very curious about Zai Sheng. The triplets had started to recognize the people around them, but Zai Sheng hardly spent any time at home. Their father was no different from a stranger to the 3 children. Perhaps, it was because of their blood relation that San Bao didn't cry after being carried by Zai Sheng. Her little face simply turned serious as though she was judging whether the man carrying her was a good man through his appearance. Tisk. Are you father and daughter mimicking each other? Miao Jing watched on disdainfully. Her granddaughter had been smiling so widely in front of her. However, once Zai Sheng carried her, her expression was almost identical to her father's somber expression. Zai Sheng, you're carrying your only daughter. Can you smile, at the very least? You're making it seem as though you're having a military meeting at home. Don't lead my Sanbao astray. Zai Sheng hardly showed any expression on his face, but her little granddaughter was incredibly adorable and was as beautiful as a flower whenever she smiled. She had never expected her little granddaughter to be as expressionless as her father when she was being carried by him. It annoyed Miao Jing deeply. After some contemplation, Miao Jing couldn't help but save her little granddaughter by handing Bao over to Zai Sheng instead. Bao was a boy, so it was fine if his expression was as serious as Zai Sheng's. Sanbao was a lady, so it was much better for her to have a cheerful expression. Bao couldn't understand what was going on. Why had the person carrying him suddenly changed from his grandma to a stranger? Bao chomped on his chubby hand and let out a wide smile toward his father. Although Zai Sheng wasn't as gentle toward his son as he had been with his daughter, Zai Sheng tried to smile at Bao because he was such a tender little thing that had even smiled at him. Who would have expected Bao's diapers to suddenly come loose because of being carried around? As such, the moment Bao urinated, it was inevitable that Zai Sheng's pants got wet too. What embarrassed Zai Sheng the most was that he had placed Bao on his leg, so the area that had gotten wet happened to be right at Zai Sheng's crotch. It wasn't easy to tell whether Bao had urinated or defecated inside his diapers at first glance. Chapter 2290, The Pleasure of Taking Revenge. However, there was a huge difference in whether Zai Sheng's pants were dry or wet. Suddenly, it seemed like the person who peed wasn't Bao but Zai Sheng, causing everyone to laugh. Zai Sheng's face darkened slightly and he looked at Bao. Bao didn't seem to know what trouble he had gotten into. His open mouth revealed his baby teeth and he was smiling so brightly. People couldn't help but become soft-hearted. Miao Jing laughed and took Bao from Zai Sheng's arms. All right, Bao is still a child. What does he know? I'm to blame as well. Look, Bao's diapers are loose. Go and change it. If your dad sees this later, don't put the blame on Bao again. How capable was Bao? Since Zai Sheng was a child, she had never seen anyone giving him any difficulties. Aside from changing his pants, what else could Zai Sheng do? He patted Bao's buttocks with his big palms. After glancing at him, Zai Sheng returned to his room. He changed his pants which were stained with Bao's urine. There was a lot of time in the future. Although he couldn't settle scores with Bao now, he had plenty of chances in the future. He couldn't run away. Bao, who was being hugged by his grandma and called out to as her treasure, didn't know that his dad had his eyes on him because of his urine. When Zai Sheng came down again, Xiao Nan, as the children's mother, poured a cup of tea for him diligently. Brother Zai, it has been tough on you. The children are teething recently. Not only do they know how to flip over, but they even have a lot of strength. Mom said that our children might even know how to climb earlier than other children. A few months later, I'll teach them how to call dad. As a mom, she naturally had to help her son when he made a mistake. Xiao Nan knew that Zai Sheng was not someone to mess with. Bao didn't know anything now. He really wouldn't have known when he had offended his father. Zai Sheng's eyes shone and he looked at Xiao Nan again. You're a good mother. You even know how to help clean up your son's mess. Xiao Nan smiled. Isn't my son your son? Do you have the cheek to be so calculative with your son? To think you're a father. When the three children grow up and know that their biological father has such a character, aren't you afraid that they would laugh at you? Zai Sheng drank the tea his wife poured and smiled. Son laughing at his father? Let's see if these children have the guts when they grow up. Miaojing saw her son and daughter-in-law throwing looks at each other and was happy inside. They had a good relationship. What else could make Miaojing happier than this? The triplets, who had been playing around for a while, yawned and fell asleep on the sofa. Upon seeing this, the adults carried the children back to their cribs. The adults could talk about serious matters now that the children were asleep. Miaojing thought of the previous topic and asked Zai Sheng about the lawsuit. I've been asking less recently. How is the lawsuit? What are our chances of winning? 80%. Zai Sheng told Miaojing the result that his lawyer had shared with him. While it is said to be 80%, the actual situation might be a little higher than 80%. When Chief Zhu made the will, all the procedures were in place and completed. As such, the will he made was legally binding. Even if Nan Nan has no blood relationship with the Zhu family at all, based on this will, Nan Nan is qualified to inherit everything from the Zhu family. Wang Yang had been busy for half his life, but it was all for nothing. Zai Sheng completely understood why, even though Zhu Qinqi obviously knew about everything, he still looked indifferent in front of Wang Yang and lied to him for so many years. If Zhu Qinqi had expressed that he had long known about everything, Wang Yang might have decided to burn bridges and deal with Zhu Qinqi as well. Zhu Qinqi didn't need to be afraid of Wang Yang, and Wang Yang couldn't win against him. The problem was that Wang Yang caused Zhu Qinqi to send his own son off. How would he be willing to let Wang Yang off so easily? Seeing that Wang Yang was by his side taking care of him like a lackey and didn't even bother about his biological parents, Zhu Qinqi naturally felt the pleasure of taking revenge in his heart. He wanted to see Wang Yang spend half of his lifetime and waste his prime on him, only to get pain and anger in the end. His son lost his life while Wang Yang only wasted 20 years. In comparison, Wang Yang still benefited. Rather than letting Wang Yang die a painful death, Zhu Qinqi would rather be a villain and let Wang Yang taste the desperation of being defeated after sacrificing more than 20 years of his efforts. Zhu Qinqi had long planned everything. Zhu Qinqi would definitely not leave any gaps for Wang Yang so that he could stand a chance at turning defeat into victory. It could be said that Zhu Qinqi had personally dug this hole for Wang Yang to jump into. He spent more than 20 years watching how Wang Yang fell deeper into this hole bit by bit. At this time, Wang Yang should know that when Zhu Qinqi was digging this hole for him, he himself had helped Zhu Qinqi quite a bit as well. It could be said that Wang Yang had put in quite a bit of effort for this hole. I see. Miaojing was more at ease. Nan Nan has to take care of the 3 children and go to school. She's too busy. It isn't a problem that we'll leave this to you to take care of it, right? Chief Zhu left those things behind for Nan Nan. Don't lose Nan Nan's things. Miaojing didn't care for the Zhu family's inheritance. However, since Zhu Qinqi had taken pains to deliberately leave his inheritance to Qiao Nan, Miaojing felt that there wasn't a need for her to refuse it. Qiao Nan was able to take these things boldly and righteously. If Wang Yang and the Wang family weren't willing to take this lying down, then they should self-reflect and see what sorry things they had done to Zhu Qinqi. Miaojing believed that if not for the people surnamed Wang who had done something overboard and sorry to Zhu Qinqi, no matter how extreme and unsociable Zhu Qinqi's character was, he wouldn't have given all his wealth to an outsider. Zhu Qinqi should have done this as he was forced by his relatives, the Wang family. Since she had already guessed that the Wang family wasn't good, Miaojing didn't take the words that people at odds with Zhu Qinqi said to heart. Miaojing wasn't so silly as to be upset at outsiders' words, causing everyone in the family to be upset as well. That was such a stupid thing. Those people who had ulterior motives and often ran to her to whisper and gossip should just save their breath and head back to where they came from.